On this special Christmas edition of the Local Click, we welcome Bill Gash with Live and Let Live in Smithville, as well as someone very important, the big man himself, Mr. Santa Claus, will be here to spread some Christmas cheer. And of course, Justin and I will be talking about all things technology, especially Justin with his tech tips and tech news roundup. So you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a fun one.
Learn more about fun local events and interesting people throughout the heart of Middle Tennessee with a dash of everyday tech talk thrown in for good measure. The Local Click starts now.
Welcome, everyone, and Merry Christmas. This is the Christmas episode of The Local Click. The Local Click is the technology-based podcast brought to you by DTC Communications each and every month, where we talk all things technology and local people. And with me this month, as always, I have my friend Mr. Justin Malden with me to spread the Christmas cheer. How are you doing this month, Justin?
Listen, this is my favorite time of the year. This is the best time of the year, and so I hope everybody is full of joy and Christmas cheer like I am. How about you?
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to this Christmas. I think I look forward to every Christmas, but it just feels like it's going to be a really good one this year, and I'm looking forward to it. I know both of our families and our kids are really looking forward to it too. Are your kids already kind of talking about Santa list and that sort of stuff?
Listen, it's already that time of the year. Our elf has showed up, and so we, Sonic the elf in our household. So Sonic is there, and when Sonic gets there the day after Thanksgiving in our household, it's big times. We know it's Christmas time. Festivities are right around the corner, and so we get super hyped up.
That's right.
We love being this time of the year.
And don't forget the pets. They like to celebrate Christmas too.
We have a tradition in our household. We get matching pajamas every year. And so we get matching pajamas, and we will wear them leading up to Christmas too. But we wear them on Christmas Eve. But guess what? Spot gets involved too.
I love it.
Spot gets pajamas as well.
And I'm sure he's so excited.
He handles it very well.
Really?
Yes, we did it the first time, and I'm like, there's no way he'll deal with this. And the first time, he kind of then it grew on him, so not too bad.
I love that.
So
well, I'll tell one story on Freddie the cat. Several years ago, we left some Christmas brownies out for Santa, and for some reason, the cat decided that those were actually for him and not Santa. And
Freddie Claus.
Yeah, Freddie Claus helped himself to some of Santa's brownies. We've never forgotten that. Every year we laugh about that.
Did you leave milk out too?
We did. I'm sure he helped himself to that too.
Yeah,
he said he loved Christmas.
Do you blame the cat? The cat's like, well, the milk is here. The cookies must be for me too.
He said, you mean that wasn't mine? Yeah. So
I'm sure he didn't get in trouble.
Never.
He was like, thanks for the gift.
Yeah. And even if he did, you know how cats are. They look at you like, so what?
What are you looking at?
Yeah, do it again.
Exactly. Yeah, it really scared me. Yeah. They do what they want to. So, but in the joy of the Christmas season, I was trying to think of something fun we could kind of discuss. And, I always like to use technology to help me come up with some of these questions and answers. So lately, I've been kind of exploring Grok, the AI platform that Elon is kind of associated with, and I've really been enjoying using it. I don't know if you use that much. Do you use it much? Have you?
I do sometimes. Yeah. So my main AI client, you can access multiple AI clients through it.
Oh, okay.
So it's got its own engine, but then it's kind of an aggregator of others, and so it depends on what I'm doing, which one I pick. You get the opportunity to pick, and so and Grok is a good one. They just released Grok 4.1.
Yeah, that's right.
Too, so.
Well, I decided to let Grok help me out on this question, and the question is, what are the top 3 Christmas songs of all time? Now, this is worldwide too, so top 3 Christmas songs of all time. Now, before I go through this list, though, I want to give you a stab. Don't be cheating, but do you have any guesses? Jingle Bells. It is not.
Really?
Believe it or not, it is not on the top 3. I'm sure it's in the top 10. There's one on here that was kind of surprising to me.
Walking into Winter Wonderland. I don't know the actual name of that song.
No, that's a good one though. I do like that. I like that. Think about Snow.
Is Joy to the World on there? I know that's not
that's not one of the top 3. It's probably one of the top 10. I'll start with number 1.
I'm terrible at this.
Okay, ready? White Christmas.
Nope. Would have never thought of it.
Bing Crosby.
I know it's Bing Crosby. Yeah, wouldn't have thought of that.
Which came out in 1942. Go for it, Justin. You got it.
No, you don't want me to sing. That's all the notes you're going to hear me hit.
I thought that was pretty good. I think Santa would approve of that. So, but White Christmas was number one. It's the best-selling single of all time, an estimated 50 to 100 million copies worldwide. It holds the Guinness World Record for best-selling single. It's still the most streamed pre-1950 Christmas song by a massive margin. It says essentially the Christmas song that defined the modern holiday soundtrack. So, White Christmas. So, now this is kind of where it kind of goes off-road a little bit. The next two are not from 1942. Not that they're brand new, but they're newer. Okay, number two, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. These numbers were based on a combination of global sales, streaming numbers, chart performance, radio airplay, and cultural impact over decades.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that song being in there.
Yeah.
The classics are great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it is nice to see some of my favorite artists who are not on here, but Pentatonics is one of my favorite
I do like
groups,
them.
especially at Christmas time.
Yeah. Well, the number three, Last Christmas by Wham.
Last Christmas. Yeah.
See, I knew you had a little more in you there. Does that surprise you? Because it did surprise me on that one.
You know, that song, though, because I have a Christmas playlist.
Okay.
So I listen when Christmas
You're familiar.
So generally, I don't listen to a ton of music throughout the year.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a podcast guy.
Yeah.
You know, where you can be. Hopefully, you're listening to this right now on a podcast platform. I'm a podcast guy. I listen to audiobooks have grown on me lately.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I have told you that.
Yeah, I've not heard you talk
I've been
about
listening
that.
to audiobooks. But Christmas time music is what plays.
Yep.
But it's specifically a Christmas playlist that I can control. And yes, this one is toward the top. And that's kind of what I was doing in my mind. I was trying to think what songs are on this. But listen, Christmas playlists have so many songs on them. It's hard to.
It's kind of hard to narrow them down sometime. Yep.
Yeah. So that one actually is not.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And all three of those are.
And I wasn't sure, honestly, if you would know that song. And I'm not sure if everyone that's probably listening or watching may know that song, but I think it's also one of those, once you hear it, you're like, oh, yeah, I remember that. And I think it may be, since it's a worldwide list, maybe that helped influence its position as the top.
That one's played pretty regular
song
here, at least on the playlist that I've got.
Yeah.
So.
Everyone, make sure you take a little moment and put some technology on your favorite smart speaker over the holidays and play some great Christmas music. Make sure you spin these top three, too. I'm sure you probably will if you've got a playlist like Justin. They're probably already on there. It's going to be a really fun episode this month. We're going to celebrate Christmas the right way. Later in the program, we're going to have a visit by Mr. Bill Gash with Live and Let Live in Smithville. And they are really doing a lot of very important and worthwhile things for people in need in DeKalb County. So I look forward to hearing his story and all the good things that they're doing. But first, I pulled some strings today, okay? I've got a few connections.
Buddy the Elf, is he your connection?
No, well, yeah, I do have him in my phone. Honestly, it took 2 or 3 texts to get this to happen. So, coming up right now, by special request, straight from the North Pole, you guessed it, Mr. Santa Claus. And this special person here to my left really needs no introduction to most of you. But just in case you don't know who it is, and the suit did not give it away, with us for the first time ever on the local click. That's right, Santa Claus himself. Hello, Santa. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Nick. How are you?
I'm excellent. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your extremely busy schedule this time of year.
Well, you're welcome. You're very welcome.
And it's so much fun to talk Christmas cheer and all the things you'll be doing here, getting ready for Christmas. We're going to get into that in some parts of this interview here in just a moment. But first, I find this hard to believe that someone may not really know who you are. But for those that may not, will you tell us a little bit about yourself and your family and where you live?
Well, I'm Santa Claus, or Father Christmas, or Saint Nick. I go by a lot of names. And I reside at the North Pole in a little village nestled between the simmering ice plains and the twinkling of the northern lights.
Sounds like a beautiful place.
It is. And it's full of elves and reindeer.
Awesome.
And I have Mrs. Claus with me also.
Yes. Behind every good man is a good woman.
That's
I've always been told.
correct. And on top of that, it's all a big family.
Great, great. So you guys are all really close, I'm sure.
We are very close.
Awesome. Well, this is a question I have waited my entire life to ask you, and I just hope you don't mind. And it's kind of an open-ended question, but it's one that only you can answer. What is Santa's favorite thing about Christmas?
I think it's the smiles that from people who get a present, get a gift, the ones that the joy, the smiles that they're not expecting it, the surprise joy. I think that's what it is. That really warms me up.
I love that. I bet that never gets old.
No, it does not. And sometimes it kind of cheers you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I've often thought about, too, is your workshop on the North Pole. It's kind of legendary, and the amount of quantity and the types of things that you're able to produce at your workshop is amazing. Now, I'm sure you have almost everything there, right? But if there's one more room you could add on to the workshop, do you have any idea what that might be?
I would think that it would be a cookie room.
Oh, I like that.
There's nothing like a warm chocolate chip cookie right out of the oven. The one that's just warm enough that it doesn't crumble, and when you pick it up off the pan.
Oh, yeah.
So delicious.
And it's just a really good tasting chocolate chip cookie. And I would experiment with other types of cookies like raisin oatmeal. Those are pretty good. My reindeer love
They love
raisin. They love that oatmeal.
They have good taste.
They do. I'd have a lot of milk, and it's not that 2% stuff.
Oh,
it's
no.
going to be whole milk.
That's right. Nothing but the best, right?
That's correct.
Well, you're talking about reindeer. Out of all the reindeer, who would you say is probably the biggest prankster of all of them? And do you have a funny story maybe about that?
I would say Donner is probably the prankster.
Really?
Yeah, he's pretty. He likes to prank. And one of the times he took peppermint and stuck it underneath the cushions of the elves. And so when they sat down, it sounded like I was popping bubble wrap all morning long. So everybody got a big kick out of that one. And he did too.
You got to watch that, Donner.
You do.
I love that. Well, I know you love cookies because we talked about that in some of your favorite flavors. What's maybe the most unusual snack that someone's left for you over the years?
Thinking back, probably one year, I got a pickle wrapped in tinsel.
Okay.
So I gave it to Donner.
Yummy.
And did he like it?
He did.
Okay. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone leaving a pickle. It doesn't sound like
No.
something you would necessarily gravitate towards, but you didn't waste it.
I did not.
And he probably really enjoyed it. How do you decide if someone flips from the naughty list to the nice list at the last minute?
It's pretty easy to get back on the good list from the naughty list. All you have to do is do a good deed, help somebody out. I see it, and it has to come from the heart. Christmas is about second chances. Be nice. I see everything.
So it's not too late. I think there's hope in this story.
That's
is what you're saying.
right.
I love that. I got some people that I'd like to tell that to.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help them. So, do you ever like to bring gifts to pets? Because we love our pets, and they're very special members of the family too. Do you ever like to drop off a few presents maybe for people's pets when you're there?
Oh, I do. In fact, I've got 2 Siberian Huskies, Corbin and Oliver, and they enjoy Christmas.
Oh, I love that.
And the reindeer enjoy delivering to their furry friends. I was going to say their own kind, but they're reindeer, but they are of the animal kingdom.
That's true. So the pets won't be left out.
That's right. And pets really enjoy getting a Christmas present.
That's true. I bet you have to overlook them a little bit if they've been on the naughty list because sometimes they get a little rambunctious.
Oh, they
right?
do.
Yeah. If elves and reindeer had a talent show, who would win and why?
Well, the elves can sing and dance, and they do all kinds of stuff. And the reindeer, now, they do a lot of flying. I mean, they can go all over.
A lot of tricks. And
A lot
things.
of tricks.
Yeah.
So I'd say it would be a tie. The elves on the stage and the reindeer in the air.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. They all have their strengths.
they do.
Yeah. And I know some people may be surprised to hear this, but I bet even Santa Claus has a little bit of technology that he uses on his sleigh to get him through the night, so to speak. Do you have anything like that you use on the sleigh?
Oh, we've got all kinds of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, we've got it star-based GPS. A lot of this stuff is the elves take care of all of this.
Oh, great.
And every year after a flight, they tear down the sled and they add new technology to it that they think we need. And I've got GPS where I know the roofs that are dangerous, kind of tricky to land on. You got cell towers out there. You got power lines. And in the cities, you got skyscrapers. So there's a lot of maneuverability there that you're going to have.
So it sounds like that helps a lot.
And you're doing it fast.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
Yeah.
Those elves are smart.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They can keep that going. That's great. Do you ever use the internet to check the weather or to receive like email wish lists and things like that?
I use the internet, but I'm old school.
Yeah.
And I have to have elf assistant. And, I look at the weather, I look at wish lists, and a lot of times passwords are an issue with me. Used to be you just had 4 letters, 4 numbers. Now you got to have a symbol, a capital, a lowercase.
Getting complicated.
Oh, yeah, it's very complicated. But I do not shop online.
Really?
That's right.
Well, I want to ask you this question on behalf of all of my coworkers and myself. Do you feel like most of us here at DTC have made the nice list this year?
For the most part, the people at DTC have done an excellent job in making a good list. But there's a few.
As few questionables.
Don't want to name names. But they're at the third quarter. I thought, no. But a good deed here, helping out here, good word, sharing a box of donuts. They flipped over into the good list very quickly.
That's good. It's not too late.
It's not too late.
I'll see if I can leave some messages for you. I may have an idea of who maybe some of those are. So,
Oh, yeah.
one last question: if you could give one gift to the whole world, what would it be?
I guess it would be kindness. True kindness. Kindness that slows people down. Kindness that makes people think. Kindness that makes you feel how other people feel. The more kindness we have, the more our homes will be warmer and our hearts lighter. So kindness would be the gift that I would give.
I love that. I love that. Well, Santa, we're going to be at DTC3 filming you several times locally at a lot of these Christmas parades and things like that. So I just wanted to let you know, if you see me or some of my crew waving at you, we're so excited to see you, and we just wanted you to feel that Christmas spirit. We wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you very much.
That's good.
And Merry Christmas to DTC.
Well, thank you. Before we end this interview, you're always giving everyone else presents at Christmas time, and we really appreciate that. But I wanted to do something special on behalf of DTC for Santa, and we wanted to present you with a present. So if you would, here's your present. Feel free to open that up. And we just want to say Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you. Oh, it's a mug for milk and hot cocoa.
How about that? And the nice thing about this mug is no one can claim it's theirs because it's a picture of you on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope that comes in handy this Christmas.
It will. I also have a gift for you.
You do?
There's a magic key for me to use to deliver your packages because you don't have a chimney.
Oh, wow. I've always wondered how you did that. Thank you, Santa. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate that. Wow, this has been the most special podcast ever.
Well, thank you.
I really appreciate you taking time to be with us.
Well, you're very, very welcome.
Well, we're going to end the interview right here because I know you're very busy, and I don't want to be the one responsible for making someone's gift, arrive late.
I've got to go fill this up.
I know, you've got to fill that up. Well, thanks, Santa, for
Thank
being
you.
here with us, and we hope you have a safe trip back to the North Pole, and we'll see you again real soon.
You bet. Thank you.
All right. Everyone stay tuned. We've got more of the show coming up in just a moment.
Ooh, I'll get it. Grandpa! Grandpa!
Hey!
Want to play my new game with me?
Oh, sure. I'd love to. Okay.
Let's go. I got you.
Right on the
Get
road.
here. No.
I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you this time. Oh, yeah.
Sharing memories while staying connected. DTC Internet makes it all possible.
The amazing journey of a simple shoebox gift begins with you.
Every single box represents the life of a young boy, a young girl who will be touched by the gospel.
The mission of Operation Christmas Child never changes. Children are coming to Jesus, children are being discipled, and children are taking the gospel to the ends of the earth.
Pack a shoebox. Find out how at SamaritansPurse.org/OCC.
Do you know what room the router's in? I can't get onto my Zoom meeting.
Try it in our spacious new family room.
Okay. Still not working.
Try it in our beautiful backyard.
Still nothing!
Your new home checked everything off your list, except for internet from DTC.
Oh, come on!
Sign up at dtccom.net for fast and reliable internet.
Welcome back to the Christmas episode of The Local Click. Let's hand the microphone over to Justin, like we do each month, for his segment we call Justin's Tech Tips.
All right, Nick, so it's the time of the year where lots of people are going to be getting new gifts and new items, and sometimes they're going to need help with it. And you are probably a lot like me in your family and your extended family where you're tech support. Are you tech support?
Yeah, definitely.
So, we're both tech support, and something that is an option, and it's actually something I'm going to use tonight to help somebody. I've already got it scheduled when I get home, that people need to utilize if they're not utilizing it, is remote access.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, if you don't know what remote access is, what it is basically it's the ability to be able to control a computer or another device of some sort to be able to access files, maybe a program when you're not there. But it's like you're there. You're able to access it like it's right in front of you. And you know me from the personal side and know a little bit more that I have all of my stuff where I can access it remotely.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter
This
what
is
it
true.
is.
Yeah.
If it's files, if it's some sort of media, if it's being able to get in to one of my devices or surf, it doesn't matter what it is, right? I've got the ability to get into it. And everybody needs to know about this because it can come in handy. Again, the big point is it is remote access, which means you're away from a device, but you can still get to it and interact with it and use it just like you're sitting in front of it. So that's where the remote part comes in. You're away from it, but you can still access it. You can still get into it just like you're sitting right in front of it.
Right.
So that's it at a very, very, very high level. But to talk about some real world uses so that people can understand, okay, what is remote? Why do I care? Right? Why would I want to know what remote access is? Well, maybe at some point you have forgotten a file. Okay, you worked on a file. It's sitting on your computer that is on your desk at the house, or maybe you're in a work environment and you were out in Phoenix, Arizona, and you've got a file that you've left on your desktop computer that you need to get to, but you're in Phoenix and you work in Smithville, Tennessee. what are you going to do?
Right.
Well, you don't have to pick up the phone and call somebody or say, hey, can you go try to find that for me, or can you help me with this? You can literally open up a program, make a secure connection between the devices, and get that file yourself without anybody else having to help you if you've got it set up correctly. I mentioned the tech support because for me, that's where it comes in handy.
Yes.
Hey, Justin, I need help with this. I can't figure out how to do this on my computer. What can you do? Well, hey, real quick, launch this program for me. Tell me what the code is on it. It's, I'll tell you when it's prompting for you to approve the connection, and I can just look at it myself and tell you what's going on and run a few things. That way I'm not having to, FaceTime with them
or drive over to their house.
It's, hey, you're an hour away, you're 2 hours away, but it can be like I'm right there with you,
right.
and we don't have to worry about it. The work aspect too, we talk about moving or missing a file, but from the work side, you can take your work wherever you go.
Mm-hmm.
So again, remote work is a word that people know quite a bit nowadays.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, you've got a sick child that's at home. You're not able to be in your office, but maybe you have a policy that says, hey, you can go home and be with your sick child and work a little bit, or
right. Which is
whatever.
more common.
Or again, you're away, you're on a work trip somewhere, and you still need to get some things done.
Right.
Okay, we've got a break in the middle of this conference for 30 minutes, but I've got some other work that I need to get done. So let me remote in to my work environment securely. I keep saying securely on purpose. I want everybody to understand. Or maybe you want to transfer large files on purpose. Is, hey, I know I've got a server set up that stores large files for when I need them. I've got more space on it. I don't have as much space on my laptop, and I don't want to use all my space. So when I need it, I have access to it as I need it.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of different situations that you may run into that would be beneficial. For me, for instance, I run a home server that's my primary purpose for it. Is there's a bunch of files there. I don't need them 24/7.
Right.
But when I want them, I want to access them.
Right.
I can reach out and grab it and have it just like it was on my device.
That's
locally.
handy.
Yeah. And so, it's easy to get set up with. Okay. There's all kinds of software out there. Now,
that was going to be my next question.
Yes. So most people are going to know some of these names. So TeamViewer's probably the most popular one out there. Google has Chrome Remote Desktop. It's a pretty user-friendly one. There's AnyDesk. There's Rust Desk. Windows has its own built-in remote desktop software. Mac OS has the ability to do it as well. I use a program called Screens to be able to do remote stuff. It doesn't matter what the service is. Find one you like, install it. Typically, you have to install it on both devices that you want to,
right.
the device that you are accessing and the device that you are trying to access it from. So it does require you to do some setup on the front end. But then once it is set up, you create your account, you create your credentials, and they will speak to one another through an encrypted tunnel, which means if you're worried about the data that's transversing and traveling through, it's secure.
Okay.
Right. So but now use secure credentials. I got to throw in here. Don't use the same password for everything when you're setting stuff up.
No one does that.
Use unique passwords. Use strong passwords. That way, when you're using this, you don't have to worry about it.
That's true.
Keep your software updated as well on everything. I would still be careful if you're on public Wi-Fi. If you're on public Wi-Fi, we talked about virtual private networks or VPNs before. Make sure that you're using a encrypted connection or a safe connection, because you don't want to be doing sensitive things as a general rule on public Wi-Fi anyway.
Right.
So those are some security tips that are always recommended. But when you're using it for this, you need to be careful. And then, listen, once you've got it set up, you may think of ways to use it that others aren't using it. There may be unique cases for you. Maybe you're just a tech support person. Maybe you just want to be able to access some files remotely. Whatever it may be, your use case, listen, once you've got it set up, it opens up so many doors of possibilities for what you can do and utilize.
Sure. Great tips there. And these are real world tips that can help you. And always, I'll throw this in there. Make sure you know who the invite is coming from on these kind of remote tools. Don't just go accepting things that you don't know where they come from, because it could be someone with bad intentions.
You've got to verify, and that's why in the illustration, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. Make sure, yes, you know who's doing it. There are scammers who use this software too for nefarious purposes,
right?
As well, to say, oh, you got that pop up on the internet that says your computer's been infected. Don't call some random number that pops up and then give them access to your device. Yep. Or give them your credentials or anything. Be very, very careful and vigilant to know that you are verifying who you are reaching out to or who is reaching out to you.
Yeah. If you're not sure, call that person. Call that person at the number that you know that is their number and ask them if that is them. So, but great tips, though. Those are real-world tips that I think we can all use, especially this time of year. We are joined by Bill Gash with Live and Let Live. Hello, Bill. How's it going?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for being on the program, and your mission is amazing. We're going to get into that in just a second, but I just really feel like this is going to connect with a lot of our viewers and listeners, so thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that, and we appreciate the opportunity to share the story of Live and Let Live, because we think it's something that touches many families, and a lot of people, whether they realize it or not, are impacted.
I think you're exactly right.
Yes.
Yeah. Before we kind of dig in deeper to Live and Let Live, let's get to know you a little bit first. Tell us about yourself and your family.
Well, my family moved into the DeKalb County area back in December of '78. So I've been around Smithville all of my adult life. I am married to, used to be Suzanne Cantrell, but she's Suzanne Gash now. We have 4 children and 7 grandchildren. We're members of Elizabeth Chapel Baptist Church, where we serve. And then she's recently retired teacher, and I'm getting ready to retire from my job in the corporate world. So we're going to have some time to be able to help in different ministries, and Live and Let Live is going to be one of the key ones that we're going to be supporting along with the board and our volunteers.
Well, that's perfect timing, right?
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of which, describe Live and Let Live and its primary mission and your role there.
Live and Let Live is a mission that's looking at offering a hand up to the unsheltered and then also the less fortunate in DeKalb County. And we serve primarily as an emergency shelter, and I'll get into a little bit more about that a little bit later. I am on the board. We have 10 board members. My wife are on the board and 8 others. And then I serve as the treasurer, so actually doing the financial accountability. And just so that people may wonder, 100% of the donations that are offered to Live and Let Live go toward the ministry. We do not have any paid staff. We're all volunteers and volunteer supported.
How did Live and Let Live get started?
That's an interesting story. There was a gentleman there in Smithville by the name of Dean Adcock. And Dean had seen a homeless gentleman there around Smithville, and he just started reaching out to him. And this is going on, I'd say probably about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And from there, others in the community, I know he's talked about Judy James, who was with Presbyterian, Cumberland Presbyterian there in Smithville. Mm-hmm. And she helped, and then slowly others got involved. And then 2 years ago, it went from just helping individuals on the street to us actually having a facility. And that's when my wife and I got involved in January of 2024. So we've actually had a facility for 2 years, and we serve as an emergency shelter. And what that means is during the warm months, we're offering meals and showers, the opportunity to do laundry. We'll offer basic clothing needs like underwear, socks, pants, shirts, shoes, things of that nature. And then also we'll offer food as they're leaving to be able to support them during the times that we're not open. During the warm months, we're only open 3 days a week. But during the winter, when it gets colder, we are actually an overnight shelter. Now, this year we're doing things a little bit different in that we are not going to be able to offer sleeping overnight. We're in the process of changing codes from commercial rated building to a residential rated building.
Okay.
And so because of that, we'll be an overnight warming center where people can come in and get out of the cold, but we're not going to be as open as frequently as we were last year.
Gotcha.
Where we were open for 3 months solid last year.
I think a lot of people might be surprised to know that in DeKalb County that there's a need for this type of organization to help others. So if you had to make an estimate, how many people do you think you guys have helped over the years?
I know that this year we're serving 40 different individuals.
Wow.
Now, these are not all homeless. Some may be on disability or fixed income.
Okay.
And so it's a situation where we're not only helping the homeless, but also those that have more month than money.
Well, that's true,
as you
too.
say.
Yeah.
So we're not defining ourselves as just serving the homeless community only. We're trying to serve any of those that are in need in DeKalb County.
So it's really bigger than that. It's a bigger collection of needs. Everyone is not homeless that actually needs help.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what you're saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I'll just share with you, I've been asked several times how many homeless are there in Smithville, and we work with HEART, which is the Homeless Advocacy of Rural Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
And so we try to support the work that they do in doing census, and they're estimating that roughly 60 people approximately 60 people in the Cobb County area are homeless.
Oh, wow.
Now, that does not include those that may have some limited shelter and things like that.
Right.
So,
without naming any names, do you have any examples of how Live and Let Live has really made a positive impact on some people's lives? Can you tell us any stories?
Yes, and I tell you, the one that probably touches my heart more than anything is a gentleman that was not necessarily homeless. I would say he's in a transition period. This young man was actually in Salina with his wife and 2 kids. He lost his job, and when he did, they were living month to month.
Right.
And so they lost their home, and then their car broke down, and she was actually staying with her parents in Auburntown, but his mother had a health issue recently where she had a stroke, and she was at NHC in DeKalb County.
Oh, okay.
He had no means to be able to get back and forth to see his mom or to check in on her. So he actually stayed with us last winter. He came in January, and he stayed over an 8-week period. And during that time, we offered him a warm place to sleep because at that time we were offering overnight facilities. He also got involved in our men's Bible study, and we just saw a change in that young man. And since that time, he has now gone to work for Nissan. Him and his wife have an apartment over in the Smyrna area.
Oh, wow.
And they're back on their feet. So we were able to offer them a hand up to show the love of Jesus and just to get them back on their feet. And just being a part of that was really remarkable.
That has to make you feel good.
Oh, it was a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a blessing.
Sometimes we just all need a little help at the right time.
Yes. Amen. I would agree.
Yep. I love that. So it sounds like you rely primarily on volunteers, right? Solely on volunteers?
Yes. We are a 100% volunteer organization. We have opportunities for people to bring in meals, to serve meals, or to serve the guest in the facility with laundry and things of that nature. And then this winter, we're going to have opportunities for individuals that are willing to join with one of the trained staff members to be able to stay overnight and provide a warm shelter for our guests.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So you're always looking for help.
Yes, and we never turn down help. We appreciate anyone that has a heart for the ministry and is willing to help to serve.
Sometimes we live hectic lives and we just can't maybe be there in person as much as we want to be. Are there opportunities where people could donate financially, and would that be tax deductible if they did so?
Yes, we are a 501c3, so any donation that is given to us is 100% tax deductible. Okay. And so we would appreciate donations. We have a PayPal account as well as they can just mail a check in. Now, if you're going to mail a check, I would recommend that you send it to my personal mail, which is 414 Love Lane in Smithville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Just because we do not have someone on site all the time there at the facility.
To collect that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's just safe.
Yeah.
So
I just got a feeling someone's going to want to help, whether it be volunteer their time or make donations or both.
Yes.
After hearing and seeing your story. So if someone wants to do that and be a part of Live and Let Live, what's the best way for them to learn more?
They can go to our Facebook page. It's Live and Let Live Tennessee at Facebook. And then they can also call the shelter number. That is on the Live and Let Live Facebook page. And then as far as that goes, they can reach out to me personally. My cell phone number is 314-304-8361. And I'll be happy to answer any questions or put them in touch with someone within our group that can answer their specific question. But, we want to make sure that we're getting the word out. Right. And we appreciate DTC and you giving us the opportunity to share our story.
Well, it's our pleasure, and we just want to wish you the best of luck in everything that you're doing, and we're thankful there are people like you that are ready to kind of not just talk about a problem, but actually go to solve it. So.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and I know the board appreciates that because we all have a heart for helping those that are in need and just sharing the love of Jesus with our community and providing a hand up.
That's right. That's right. Well, keep doing what you're doing, and we'll keep our eyes peeled to see all the great things going.
All right. Well, thank you, Nick. Appreciate the time.
No problem. Everybody stay tuned. We've got more of the show coming up in just a moment.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We've deployed a high-speed network that helps the best and the brightest enjoy better lives in our smart rural community. Great small businesses provide jobs that help workers earn a good living and provide for their families while strengthening local economies. We deploy fiber internet that helps those businesses succeed. Great doctor and patient relationships create bonds that lead to healthier lives. We deliver secure connections so every home and rural healthcare provider can connect to the best healthcare options. Great schools help knowledge-hungry students learn, think creatively, and follow their passions. We've built the network that helps their dreams take off. Great farmers provide the food that sustains and nourishes our nation and the world. We keep those farmers connected to the technology that ensures their crops can thrive. We've planned, engineered, and constructed a cutting-edge communications network. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Dear Santa, I hope you are having a good day in the North Pole. Is it cold all the time there? Is that why your cheeks are so rosy? My mom says I'm a good helper, but you didn't come last year. Was my chimney broken? I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too. Wow.
Donate and help the Marines deliver hope to a child in need.
Gaming builds real skills for real careers in esports and beyond. Project manager, content creator, customer service rep, software developer. Build your skills with Fiber Gaming Network and DTC. Learn more at fibergamingnetwork.com.
Here's normal internet speed. Here's the gig difference. Average speed, gig. Not enough speed, gig speed. With gig internet from DTC, everything's different. Video streaming is a breeze. Music and photos fly. And gaming gets real with no data limits. That's the gig difference. Call or visit DTC online and get your gig today.
Welcome back to the final segment of this month's episode of The Local Click. We're going to hand the mic back to Justin again for his segment called Tech News Roundup.
All right, so some quick 4 stories that we've got for you for Tech News Roundup for this month. First, OpenAI and Amazon have come together in a $38 billion deal. And what this is, OpenAI relied on Microsoft's cloud storage before, And I think recently more people are aware of what Amazon's cloud service is, Amazon Web Services, AWS, because it caused a disruption to most of the internet not too long ago.
Yeah,
so more people know that.
Yeah. That's a bad way to get to know a service, but that's true.
Yeah. So Amazon is going to host OpenAI's web infrastructure now. So OpenAI has blown up, and these numbers are crazy when you think about it. But OpenAI estimates they have around 100 million business users, so not just consumers, and over 1 billion regular users at this point. So, I mean, it is huge in the amount of people who are utilizing it, and as a result, they need more data access, and they need a system. I can't imagine that Microsoft thought it would blow up. I don't know anybody. The AI, is it a bubble? Is it not? Right now at this point, but I don't think anybody expected it to blow up as much as it did.
Right.
But OpenAI is going to be using, AWS for their cloud infrastructure at least for the next couple years is what this deal runs through. So, but it's quite a big investment. There's going to be competition. Microsoft is not going to take too kindly to them transitioning over to AWS because OpenAI is ChatGPT. I say OpenAI, but they're the ones who do ChatGPT. Right. So if you're like, well, who's OpenAI? That's ChatGPT. You know ChatGPT when I say that.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that utilize it. So it's pretty interesting. Continuing on that AI trend, though, recently NVIDIA in their most recent shareholder and earnings call posted absolute bonkers revenue numbers. And at this point in time, NVIDIA has the highest market capitalization of any public company in the United States, going over $5 trillion already.
Wow.
And it's on the heels of the AI revolution because NVIDIA manufactures chips, specifically GPUs. So as all these supercomputers and data sites and everything are being built, NVIDIA is the top producer of GPUs. They're not the only ones in that space, but they produce more than anybody else. They're the beneficiary of it. And AI is getting so much of the market share from them and buying so much of their product that when they were talking about this, the CEO actually said, we're going to cut back on the production of our lower end chips because we need the production capacity for our higher end chips because of AI, which is not a good thing necessarily for consumers because it means you and I and those listening, if you're trying to buy a computer that has one of those chipsets in it, an NVIDIA GPU, or you're a gamer and you want to go buy a GPU, it's going to be harder for you to find one at a reasonable price because they're not going to have as
much
many
more
available.
Expensive,
yes.
Yeah.
So, there are some negatives to this. But again, this just shows you the path that we're on right now. And NVIDIA they're being open about it. They're saying this is what's happening and this is why. And I think at this point, they're at like $500 billion in chips that have already been booked for next year. NVIDIA is being open about this. They're not hiding it, but I think that's a pretty good indicator of where they expect AI to go.
Right.
And again, we'll see what it means for consumers on the consumer end. The next thing is Tesla. So you mentioned Elon a little bit earlier. So Tesla has been working on a humanoid robot called Optimus, which I guess everybody listening can probably figure out where that name came from.
And I like it.
So they have announced that it is in mass production now.
Okay.
So they've announced this robot a little while ago. They're targeting a price of $20,000 to $30,000, which is not cheap. So don't get me wrong in that.
Right.
But it does seem to be a little bit lower cost than what I would expect for a robot that is designed. It's going to be designed to replace people and jobs, unfortunately, and tasks that are repetitive. So they're going to target, if you were in a factory and you're working on a line and you do the same thing on repeat, this is kind of what they're targeting, unfortunately, for that. So it seems great, but the target and kind of what they're wanting to target for it is that, and that's what they've admitted. That's what they've even said in their press release. Is this kind of what our target is?
I hope that the robot can walk better than the Russian robot that was recently on the press release that had a little spill. Did anyone see that? If not, you need to go find that. Yeah.
But Elon has stated that they're going to use these robots themselves in their own factories.
Really?
In their own Tesla factories.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So they're planning on incorporating themselves, which seems to be, a good idea because you're going to be able to squash bugs and figure things out.
That's true.
If you're actually utilizing it.
Yep.
And then the last thing is we're going to talk about social media a little bit because I found this mind-boggling. So Instagram is now reporting that they have 3 billion, that's with a B, 3 billion monthly active users. So not just people who are signed up for Instagram, but who are actively using Instagram. 3 billion. We have around 8 billion people in the world. Okay, so to put that into perspective, so over a third of the world uses, not just the United States, a third of the world uses Instagram on a regular basis. And Instagram's in the midst of doing some redesign tests and other things of that nature. But I'm telling you, when it comes to consumption of media, when it comes to communication and things, for better or worse, social media is continuing to boom.
It's here.
And it's continuing, to increase. And so Instagram is, like I said, they're doing their redesign. So they're not content with where they are. They, I guess in this day and age, you got to have things that are new and fresh and swap things up to keep people interested and keep their eyeballs on that screen. But I think this is the third. I think Facebook was already over 3 billion. And I think WhatsApp was already over 3 billion users already. And those are all 3 softwares, social media, whatever you want to call it, for Meta. So they are just...
That's a lot of power.
Yeah, they're just a little bit of a big player in that space.
I would say so.
When they've got those kind of numbers across multiple platforms.
Well, it sounds like it's going to go up from there too. So it's not going to slow down.
I don't think there's going to be less people on the internet or social media.
No. And now it's time for the part of the show we call What's Up DTC. This is all the great places that DTC will be during the month of December. And for this month, of course, it's all about Christmas. So it's got to be about Christmas parades. And DTC 3 and DTC will be at several of them coming up. One of them will have already occurred by the time of the published date of this podcast, and that will be the Woodbury Christmas Parade held on Saturday, November the 22nd. But we've still got plenty more that we want to tell you all about. The next group of parades will be on Saturday, December the 6th. Watertown will be at 3 p.m., Smithville at 4 p.m., and Gordonsville at 5 p.m. Then the following day, Sunday, December the 7th, you can view the Liberty Christmas Parade at 2 p.m., and the Carthage Christmas Parade at 4:30. And we'll wrap it up with our local parades on Saturday, December the 13th, which will be Alexandria. They will have their Christmas parade at 5 p.m. on that day. So we will be there filming those, and we will be placing them on our website at dtc3.tv, and we'll also have those all airing on DTC Channel 3 for our DTC TV customers throughout the month. So be sure to tune in, and you may just see yourself on television. And I think that's going to do it for this month's very special episode of the Local Click. Oops, wait, just one moment. I almost forgot something very special. Justin has been such a big, important part of this podcast since the very beginning, and we really appreciate him. And I just kind of had that Christmas spirit in my heart, and I wanted to get him a Christmas present. So, Justin, on behalf of me and everyone here at DTC, Merry Christmas. I want you to open that, please.
Oh, boy.
It ties in with the podcast.
Be good. Or not call, I will text Santa.
Right?
Because we are in the age of digital communication. Can I put my water in here and warm it up in the microwave?
Well, check the rules on that and make sure it doesn't explode in the microwave. As long as it's microwave safe, yes.
Did you know that there's 2?
Yes, I did.
There's one for each of us in here.
Well,
I think we can each have one.
You think so?
Hey, I have a Christmas gift for you, Nick.
You shouldn't have.
I got you the exact same cup.
Wow. That was thoughtful. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate it.
Merry Christmas.
Wow, you're too kind. Oh my goodness gracious. We got to get out of here. He's going to make it to the naughty list before we leave this place. Everyone, on behalf of DTC Communications, we want to sincerely wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thanks for being a part of everything that we do here.
Learn more about the show by visiting us online at thelocalclick.com. Also, be sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcast or video platform so you won't miss our next episode of The Local Click. See you next month.